Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showcasing how to do the perfect Dark Age for the Chinese. The Chinese opening is one of the most awkward openings in Age of Empires 2, and I'm going to be showcasing how to do it and how to get a good fast feudal time, and then I'll leave it open as far as what strategy you want to do from there. This is also going to be a build order for my Patreon members and my Twitch subscribers, and they're going to get access to the PDF. You guys would just get access to the video, but there's a bunch of other build orders that I have on that PDF plus videos attached to it on Patreon. So if you're looking to improve in the game, it's going to cost you $5 a month, and you can just cancel after 1 month to get the build orders. So if you're looking to invest a little and get better at Age of Empires 2, besides just the Chinese start and more than just my YouTube videos, that is a good place to start. And of course, it is a big thank you to my Patreon members and my Twitch subscribers. So to start things off, we're going to go ahead and get Loom and send my sheep right back to the town center. And as soon as the sheep gets there, you're going to go ahead and eat it. Pros will take straggler trees so we don't keep our villagers idle, but that's not too important. Next, we're going to have some idle TC time here for a little bit. That's okay. Up to 25 seconds idle TC time is completely fine. And at some point here, I like to actually force drop. Not quite there. There we go. Just to make sure I'm getting that villager out as soon as possible. The next build will go straight onto the sheep as well. We're going to go 7 on sheep for the Chinese. And the reason we do this is because you can't really afford villagers without adding the 7th one on sheep. Otherwise, it's going to be too tight. So now we need the 7th one, or else it's going to be pretty tight to afford villagers. And I like to get a little bit of, breathing room. After this, I'm going to go 3 over to wood. I like to do 3 with Chinese, 3 to wood with Chinese. Just because it feels, pretty nice to get a little bit of extra wood. Helps you wall up if you need it. Nowadays, you don't need the extra house, so you can probably get away with 2 if you want to. It's really up to you. There we go. Awesome. And the reason I'm going to go 3 to wood as well is we're going to do a nice little trick here. You'll see in a bit. A nice little trick to make the build easier. So this is not only like the perfect way to do the build, but I actually make it as easy as possible. So it's like easier for you guys to execute it, basically. Next fill will go ahead and take the boar. Pro tip, go right now, and next fill will just replace what you took. That way the boar comes back at perfect timing. If you don't do this, you're gonna have to eat another sheep. But because I'm a pro and I know this, I look ahead and we save that next sheep for later. Next fill, we're gonna go ahead and make 2 houses. That is the trick. We're bringing the boar in. You don't have to use the TC trick, that's me. So okay, next fill. We're going to go ahead and make 2 houses, not just a regular one, as a Chinese tip to make the start easier. Because we can't actually up, well, we can, but it's not that great to up at 20 pop. So we're going to up at 21 pop, which is 20 vills plus the scout. And that's going to be a little bit easier for the Chinese. So because of that, we're going to need 2 houses in Dark Age, and I like to get them both done at the same time. So this vill will do 2 houses, then make the mill. And it is highly recommended with Chinese to lure deer, because the hunt runs out so fast since you start with extra vills. And I want you guys to lure deer with the sieve if you can, or else you're going to have to eat up all your sheep, and feudal age might be a little bit rough. So she's going to make the mill. And again, all of this is on the PDF document, the strategy guide for the Patreon members, but I'm going into detail. So even if you're watching just on YouTube, I want you guys to get the good picture as well. I don't want you guys to be struggling to understand why we're doing things. And this is why a lot of people, criticize build orders or strategy guides like this, because they're like, oh, you're just following a guide. You don't actually know what you're doing. You're basically a robot. But that's completely false. I teach people exactly what they're doing and why. And it actually over time, as you guys do it more and more often, you'll kind of understand, why you're doing certain things as well. Now we're going to go for 4 to berries. You could also alternatively be on hunt, but I think berries is a bit more natural here. So 4 to berries. And then the last fill will simply go over to the wood line. Or actually, we'll go to hunt probably. And then we'll click up. And that should be a pretty solid uptime with the Chinese. Again, you could do 20 pop, you can do like some faster builds. This is not meant to be the fastest build out there. This is meant to be the most consistent, and as you can see, it's really not the most tight ever. I still had some, decent food on those guys in the Berryvilles. So you can reasonably, click up reasonably well here. Okay, two deer is enough. Let's stop here. So after this, we click up. We go ahead and send two more to this wood line. So we have 5 there, and then we send 5 to the second wood line, and so we have 10 total on wood. This is the magic number, and this is actually the end of the start. This is what's called a fast feudal age, and I actually leave this open as to how you guys want to finish it. I'm going to give you an example build, but this is for the most part how to do the Chinese start. From here, you have two major options: Scout Rush or Archer Rush. I'm going to show you guys the Scout Rush for this purpose of this video. But if you want to do Archers, again, I cover this in the PDF document. I'm repeating myself a lot here, but you just send a few villas to gold, and you could take some straggler trees with the remaining villas if you're going Archers. If you're going to go Scouts, you go ahead and just make the barracks and keep all of your villas on the food, and you don't need any gold, so you don't have to go for that at all. Both builds are 10 on wood, so that's generic. You could also do Tower Rush and Men at Arms, and I cover those, but they're more like secondary strategies. I don't consider them to be strong strategies for the Chinese. So when going for Scout Rush, I'm a little late on my barracks. I was too busy talking and explaining. But we go ahead and pick up both eco upgrades, and we just make our stable on the front here. There we go. And as you can see, we are currently up 2 villagers versus a standard civilization. So standard civilization will be hitting feudal age around this point with 19 vills. We have 21 vills, and we're faster in feudal age. This is why Chinese is so strong in the hands of pros. And after watching this video and after practicing this build, you can also be a pro with the Chinese, because it's really not that hard. As long as you have someone like me explaining it to you, you're going to be more than fine and more than capable. And from this position, it is exactly like a regular feudal age civ, or a generic civ in feudal age. We make some farms, we're going for a standard scout rush, and we're feeling good. The reason why we lure deer is so we can have the sheep still here to help us with the scout production. If we didn't lure any deer, the sheep would have already been, a long time ago ran out, and we wouldn't have enough food to produce some scouts. So that is why deer luring is almost mandatory. You can still play without it, but it's highly recommended as far as optimal Chinese gameplay. This is also why Chinese is very susceptible to getting lamed, because early food is super important for it. Also, we still employ similar tactics to normal. We can wall up our base with a couple of vills. If needed, we can switch to a skirm, a range and go skirms. And if you guys are familiar with my other strategy, which is the 19 pop generic scout rush, it's the exact same from here on onwards. If you decided to go archers with Chinese, perfectly reasonable. Again, you just follow the standard archer guide that I have out there. Once you get to feudal age, my point is, it's a standard civ. There's nothing different about it except you're up 2 vills. So if nothing bad happens, you're up a constant 2 villagers over your opponent just for being Chinese, on top of all the other bonuses like, cheaper techs, like town centers giving an extra 10 pop, that kind of stuff. So super sick civ. Now that the start has been made easy for you guys, I hope to see more Chinese players on the rank ladder, and I wish you guys the most success with this civ. All right, we'll continue this build for another couple minutes. There we go. And yeah, I'm just doing regular stuff here. There we go. If you guys are interested in picking up the strategy guide and, seeing what else there is in there, I highly recommend it if you can afford it. And all you have to do is check the links in the description for either Patreon or Twitch. You either sub on Twitch and then get it through my Discord, or you get it through Patreon. Both cost the exact same. All right, and there we go. Full wall. Go straight here. And you're on gold. It doesn't get easier than this. Then you go on gold, and then you can do whatever you want. Scouts into archers, scouts into skirms. You can wall up scouts into knights. You can make a tower. It's a generic civ. And you're up 2 vills. Remember that. All right, that's going to be it for this build order. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and actually resign here so you get to see the timings. So 8:52. That is faster than a generic civ going for 19 vills uptime. All right, that is like 20 seconds faster. So again, you're faster and you have 2 more vills. Crazy strong civ. Hopefully this will be helpful for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care and bye for now.